There comes a moment in a man's life when the system breaks down. Now, it's not the world's system, it's your system. The quiet method you've used for years to keep it all together. The emotional duct tape, the inner calculations, the private war strategies you assumed no one noticed. Yeah, those. They stopped working, and for the first time, you say, what's been waiting for years? I can't keep going like this. You're not being dramatic, you're being honest. After all these years, is perhaps the most truthful sentence you've spoken. Maybe it was subtle, something like a forgotten birthday or a surge of panic in a grocery store. A moment you raised your voice and didn't know why. Or maybe it was unmistakable. The divorce, the health scare, the suicide of a friend, or in my case, of a family member. The day you stared into the mirror and didn't recognize the man looking back. Whatever it was, something inside just gave away. And underneath it, you realized something difficult to admit. You've been white-knuckling your life. You didn't really notice until the grip kind of failed. You spent years holding the line for family, work, responsibility, and somewhere along the way, real breathing became optional. Survival replaced living. Going along to get along replaced courageous behaviors. And now you're face to face with the cost. Not just exhaustion, but grief. The grief of a man who held everything together without anyone ever asking if he was okay. You were taught to push, to endure, to stay upright, no matter the internal damage. You were rewarded by acceptance and getting along for ignoring your limits. You became dependable by becoming essentially invisible. And when the pain surfaced, well, you buried it. Men like you and I were taught that pain is to be private, that breaking is failure. But strength without rest is not resilience. That's erosion. You didn't want to quit. You just reached the end of what you could carry. That matters more than most think it does. This isn't a lack of will, it's a consequence of decades spent believing your worth was measured by how much you could absorb. Now, most men learn this far too late. The breaking point is not the end, it's the return. The moment you stop forcing forward, something quiet begins to speak again. It says, hey, I'm here. I'm not lost to me. I don't have to live this way. Pain, this pain, is not proof of weakness. It's evidence of life, of something inside you that still wants integrity. When a man says, I need something different, he isn't surrendering, he's claiming authorship, especially in midlife and beyond. This moment is not an ending. It's truly a fork in the road. Now, one path keeps you asking to endure. The other invites you, come on home. This is where the story shifts, not loudly, not dramatically, quietly. You stop pretending. You stop explaining. You stop trying to earn a peace that should have been yours all along. You don't begin with answers. You begin with permission. Permission to rest, to feel, to choose differently. This isn't collapse, it's emergence. You're still standing, but now the road changes. It becomes slower, more deliberate, more honest. And there is no honor in dying with your armor on. There is relief in just setting it down. You carried what was never meant to be carried alone. Now, you get to matter too. You don't have to go back. You don't have to fix everything. You only have to listen to the still voice within that finally spoke. I'm ready to live, not to prove, not to perform, but to be whole, still standing and finally unburdened. You don't need to know the next step, only that you're not taking it alone. Many men reach this edge quietly and choose, just as quietly, to walk forward. You are not buried. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are right on time.